Oh, just why?
Um, my landlords tried to raise the rent on us a couple months ago,
Oh, okay.
and we had known it was coming for a while, but they had it in effect, and both my roommate and I planned on moving at that time. We ended up negotiating them to stop from that,
Yeah,
but we decided that we would like kind of softly start looking for a place.
yeah.
And she just happened to find one pretty quickly, so moved out mid-October.
Oh, so you're on your own right now?
Yeah, I tried to find a roommate so I could stay here, but the rent is just a bit too high to find someone.
Well, how much would it be?
It's 1,500 a person,
Oh, okay.
which isn't impossible, but it is hard to find just another random person.
Yeah. Or, but you're between gigs right now, right?
Actually, I got employed again, so
Oh, okay.
pretty
Ooh,
quickly.
Back with
nice.
Titmos, or
Yeah, same company, just doing retakes on a different show, so I'm not actually animating, I'm just fixing other people's mistakes.
well, it gives you a different skill set in some sense, I guess.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's in a sense it's nice because it's relatively easy. Like I can do more stuff outside of work now.
Okay.
I'm not just mentally dead all the time.
Different deadlines.
Yeah.
Your visit with the sister went well.
Oh yeah, it was great. It's been
How
a while
how
since we've actually got a lot of time together.
how much younger?
She's only 4.5 years younger than me,
Okay.
but she has Down syndrome, so developmentally different.
Yeah. If I she's only 4.5, that's a big difference.
Yeah, that would be a long one.
So last time you recovered, well, you got the sword to Cass. Thank you for it. He wandered off to gather his armies and go deal with Vecna. Cass's one of Cass's underlings guesses that you want to leave this realm, and the only way they know to potentially leave, but Cass and Vecna have no interest in leaving because they're sort of at each other, but they've also been sort of trapped in this dark realm. It's sort of like where Van Rick, no, what's his face? The vampire, dead or vampire?
Uh,
Van Richten?
No, Van Richten's the hunter.
I know. He's a
But
vampire too. You just know it.
yeah, but those
the
two are trapped
Ravenloft
here.
man,
Yeah, Ravenloft guy.
Mr. Ravenloft.
It's funny how we're all forgetting.
So
And
are you talking about
so,
Strahd or
pardon me,
Strad.
are you talking about
Strad.
Strahd? Or...
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
the guy.
he whose name who shall not be remembered.
Yeah, that's why we didn't say it.
But they say there is a woods where people have gone into and not returned, and so one of his underlings will guide you to these woods with under the uh, assumption that there is a way out in those woods.
Great. Okay. There's nothing ominous about those woods.
No. So if you, yeah, you'll have the benefit of a long rest,
Woo!
and this guy
Okay.
guides you to the edge of the woods, and he says, "Well, thank you for helping my master, and good luck in whatever your next adventure is."
Thank you. We're gonna kill a god, I think.
And so yeah, you start going into the woods.
All right.
How ominous are these woods, Wes?
There,
Do the trees,
go ahead. Go ahead.
do the trees have skulls in them, or like skull shapes in their bark?
No, they are. It's not very dense woods. It's sort of like going through Pacific Spirit Park.
Uh-huh.
But as you travel for about a few hundred meters in, you see a thick fog ahead, and you're sort of like entering the edges of a thick fog,
Hmm.
and the sound starts deadening, and your visibility is down to about maybe 30 feet.
I think I see a spider in that tree. And Mixie goes and climbs the tree.
Oh, okay.
You get Mixie gets to the top of the tree, and the fog goes above the top of the tree.
Well, that's creepy. We're in a cloud bank.
Yeah. You sort of realize this is more than fog.
Yes. The ominous factor has officially gone up by at least 5.
Sorry, I gotta go get a food delivery.
Mixie comes back down and says, I lost the spider, but the fog goes everywhere.
And you hear the small spider voice, but I'm over here.
Oh, hi there. Mixie asks it where its favorite places to relax are and has a conversation with the spider while we decide what to do.
It seems to be hiding in the root crown of a tree,
Mhm.
and says that there's lots of things around here. Be careful. What?
I'm never careful, and it works out for me fine.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. So Mixie's making squeaking noises towards a root tree, or the roots of a tree, and seems to be having a conversation or something. To you, he's just babbling. Or they're just babbling.
So what's up, Mixie?
Well,
I
the
think
spider
we
says
found
there's
the
dangerous stuff around and we should be careful, but I told it that we're not going to be careful, so, what could go wrong?
Yeah, that's probably true. Well, it's probably fine, right?
I'm sure
I
it's
gotta-
not, but it doesn't matter. We'll still go there.
I gotta be honest. I don't know what like. This is like a threat for normal people, right?
Mhm.
And we're not normal people?
Oh,
Not
so
really.
are we trying to go in a specific direction?
All you've been
It's
told
the-
is that people that have tried to leave this realm have entered the woods and have never returned.
Hmm.
I
Well,
mean, that means one of two things, and either way, we'll end up in a different realm. So
yeah.
It's one way of looking at it.
I'm just asking because Minotaurs have an ability where they always know where north is, so I can kind of keep us going straight.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you can figure out north somehow. You got this all the little magnetic particles in your head, or maybe your
which way
horns.
is north? Which way is north in a demiplane?
It's not necessarily what's north, it's just this is the same direction. But
Hmm.
the demiplane could be twisted in on itself. That might not be as meaningful as you might think.
You've entered a fold in space.
Yeah.
Ah,
All right.
It's the whole rolling the bowling ball in that stretched out tarp.
Mhm.
It is going straight, but it's in a curve too.
Mhm.
All right. We just keep walking until something happens.
yeah,
That's kind of the plan right now.
yeah. We'll see where it takes us. Hopefully, it takes us to the right place. Lorelli's gonna think real hard about the tongs.
Okay. Make a religion check.
Lorelli can do those. 23.
You get this image of a is it this one? This one.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Just
This.
you mention a picture and everybody panics.
Ah,
Is there a reason why we shouldn't?
A picture.
panic.
Pagoda.
Okay.
Yeah, Mixie
looks
gets
like it's
this picture of
That looks
this.
like
Go ahead.
sorry. That looks like it's back home in the swamp.
Except it's
Yes.
sunny.
Well, it's not even the swamp sometimes,
Yes.
but
You get this feeling that you're supposed to get to this pavilion. And Julio is like sensing the presence of Thoth briefly, and then
Oh.
it goes away.
Sloth says we need to go to this like I can't remember the other name for that.
Pagoda,
Yeah,
Gazebo?
gazebo,
that's the one. Gazebo.
attack.
The bird wants us to go to a gazebo.
But what if the gazebo is evil?
Well, apparently, I mean, Thoth isn't evil, and Thoth wants us to go there.
Fair point. All right.
Okay, so you keep going in the direction that you think is north, that Alistair thinks you should be going. And can everybody make a perception check?
Perception check. Perception check. Pretty sure I'm shite at those.
16.
Yeah. That is a glorious 10.
Okay.
I got a natural 1.
Nice. Off to a great.
Raleigh hears like trampling sounds. And they seem to be coming from your right. Just like the sounds of lots of things moving with heavy-footed things moving along, like much like horses. Well, that type of percussion.
Is there a stampede in this forest?
And
Probably will kind of try to. Oh,
and you see figures in the fog that they're at the edge of your vision in the fog, and they're
Pixie quickly runs up the tree.
yeah, the tree, yeah, the tree you go up is like vibrating, and all the leaves are shaking. And at the edge of your vision, you see a number of. They're all strangely formed creatures, but they're all about 10 to 12 feet high. Some are walking four-legged, some are walking two-legged.
Are they ellipse?
Pardon?
From yesterday's game, we had an ellip in the game, and it looks a little bit like these.
Oh, yeah. You're not sure. I mean, well, I mean, if you want to get closer and get a better look, but the fog is sort of obscuring things.
Are
They're more silhouettes.
Are they all headed like right for us, or are they just kind of moving through?
They seem to be moving like perpendicular to your path.
I guess Lorelli will also try to climb a tree.
Okay.
Just kind of get above them.
What's Alistair doing?
Trying to stay out of line of sight.
Okay. Can you? I'll make like hide checks, stealth checks.
Stealth,
Stealth.
okay. 11.
11.
I was hoping you would ask for acrobatics so I could get up high.
I got a 13.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, gloriously mediocre.
Very average at hiding.
It seems well because of the fog. Because I mean, you're in the fog too. The creatures, you can sort of see one of them turning their head and looking in your direction and sniffing the air, but they all seem to stampede past it, and it takes a minute or so, and you think there was probably a few dozen of them, and then the sound fades away.
Mixie goes over to Larry before they get away. There goes to Larry. Should we try riding them?
They're like covered in spikes. I feel like it'd be bad to ride.
Well, it would be hard, but I think it's worth it. They look like fun.
Alistair kind of peeks out behind the too thin tree that he was trying to hide behind. It's like, I don't think that would have been an amazing idea.
Weirdly, we've tried worse and it's gone better, but I think just for right now, because we're not really trying to go fast, we're just trying to get through.
Oh, all right.
I'm sorry, Mixie. We'll find a horrifying beast for you to make friends with soon.
All right, excellent.
And
Literally,
maybe
literally a
just
Mixie
picture.
go on the quest to find a Tarrasque to ride.
Mm-hmm.
You would just be like lost in it.
That's the post. That's the post-game epilogue quest.
Oh,
There would be like some club or some group that you can join that's their quest. It's like oh, what is it? What was it? The questing beast. I can't remember what story
yeah,
that's from now.
the questing beast.
Yeah.
That's from I can't remember the name of the author, but it's from King Arthur's Quest.
Okay. Yeah. Like, oh,
No,
I think it was from Alice in Wonderland.
maybe there as well.
Yeah. Because I think that's who she runs across at one point.
The questing beast is like the quest of Percival or somebody. I can't remember which knight it is. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. So you're heading along, and then you guys see a door, just a door frame and a door uh, in the
In the
fog
woods.
ahead in the woods.
this looks like the infinite staircase.
It's
I
it's not that there's still fog amongst the trees, but you see a doorway ahead.
And actually looks like a Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe door anyway.
I guess that might be us. I mean, we're trying to find a portal, and that's like a doorway.
I don't think we're gonna find any other way out of here. So
I mean, we're looking for a magic portal in a forest. I don't know why it wouldn't be just a random door frame.
yeah, I'd say that has a suitable level of ominousness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's spooky. It's weird.
Right.
Lorelei goes to open the door.
And then makes the dog charge through.
It Mixie goes through.
Starts through, yes.
Okay.
The door is like just a peek open.
Yeah. So the doors is not locked.
You could try a dog escaping from your apartment. Like, no, Mixie.
Come back. Well, maybe Mixie's more like a cat. Runs out. Nope. Comes back in.
Mhm.
Mixie's.
After seeing the foggy hallway makes you will try and run back out if that works.
Yeah. So you see the foggy hallway ahead of you. So there's windows along the left side that look out into a foggy terrain, and there's a number of doors on the right side. Actually, you can see 6 doors.
as Lorelei follows in, does she get a similar vibe from like in this place as like the infinite staircase?
Uh, make a wisdom save
Save. Okay.
or check. Sorry, ability check.
Oh. Well, it would have been just a flat 10.
I mean, just this whole door in the woods and mist in a realm, and it's sort of like the nesting dolls thing, and you're like, this is
Mhm.
kind of creepy, and maybe one of these doors will lead out of here.
Great. Lorelei will go up to the first door on the right and open it.
Hey, no,
Okay.
don't open that door. You have to go to the
Oh,
seventh door.
okay. Why not?
Seventh door.
There's only
Okay.
6.
Oh,
Shit.
well, if we can't get to the seventh door, I guess we're stuck. What do we do
They're
now?
numbered 1, 2, 3, 5, 7.
Okay, I guess 7.
All right. Open the door labeled
Wait, that's only
7.
5 doors.
There's some twisting of space. It's 1, 3, 2, 3, 5, 7, 1.
Spooky. All right, door
It's
number
like
7.
the bad joke. Can you name all the digits of pi? Yes. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you're approaching the door that's got a number 7 on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's just all as you walk past all the other doors, they all look the same. They're like wooden doors that have a sturdy iron bands across it, and it's about the standard door width, so like 30, was it 34 inches wide, and about it's too short for Alistair to get in comfortably, but it's human-sized door.
Okay.
Interesting.
Alistair, can you fit in okay?
He'll
he
have
like,
to, yeah. He can
yeah,
duck.
he ducks.
Okay,
All right, door number 7.
who's standing in front of the door? Or who's going to
I
try to
guess
open it?
Lorelei.
Okay. Okay, as you turn the twist the latch and push the door open, the other two see Lorelei fling up really quickly, and there's this glowing, just a faint, like an LED light going out on pattern on the ground, and Lorelei flies up into the ceiling. And can you make a con save?
Oh, I'm not good at those. 6.
You take 8 points of acid damage as you seem to be stuck in some gel.
In the
And
ceiling?
well, you flew up in the ceiling, disappeared into the ceiling.
Oh.
Yeah, and you are stuck in some sort of gel.
Oh
And
no.
you are restrained.
How
So can
much
we-
of Lorelei is in the ceiling?
All of you.
Uh-oh.
Like they see the ceiling above them, but they see you fly into the ceiling. Obviously, it's some sort of illusion ceiling at that point. Matches the rest of the ceiling.
How high is it?
8 feet.
Okay, well, I guess Mixie runs up the wall, tries to find Lorelei in the ceiling and grab them and take them down again.
Okay.
don't know.
Are you? Can you describe a little bit more? So you run up the ceiling. Are you running up where Rowley disappeared?
Yeah, pretty much as close as possible. I
Oh,
likely will enter the gel.
yeah. So you start entering the gel and realizing you're in a gel, and you see Rally stuck in the gel, sort of immobile. Well, yeah, just sort of like in whatever panic mode she went into as she flew up, hair, all over, and so you can either keep going or you can sort of stop yourself before you fully immerse into the gel.
So if I can't reach Lorelei from here, as they flew away from the wall, then Mixie will run back down, or try to anyway.
Yeah, so you can get back down. Can you also make a con save?
21.
Okay, so you only take 2 points of acid damage. You didn't fully immerse yourself. But you saw Rally. Their some limb is about 2 feet in. The the whole cube itself is probably about 6 foot. Yeah, 6 foot cube. 6 by 6 by 6.
Unless we have another plan, Mixie's going to go digging around for a rope.
Okay.
I'm gonna try an Eldritch Blast the cube.
Okay. It you would, yeah. Roll the hit.
Alright. That is, let's see. Oh, it's been a while since I played this character. That is a dirty 20 for the lowest.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
Sorry. Lowest is 17. I use. So is that is 32 damage. And do I think if I were to push, wait, do I have that in location? No, I don't. Okay. So I just blast it.
Okay. Rally can feel the percussive waves from the Eldritch Blast, but you are not harmed by the blast itself.
Okay, well that's good.
So on your turn, let me see what are your options. Can't breathe, you're restrained. Hold it. Doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. You're restrained, but it says you can make a strength check to try to escape, which doesn't make sense.
Hmm. Okay. I mean, I guess I'll try to do that. Well, it's not good at strength, but
I mean, I guess you're restrained, so you can still make attack rolls.
18?
Okay, yeah, you can 18. So you sort of like push your way through and get your like arms and head out.
Somebody
And
told
so
me.
so the three of you below, or the two of you below, see Rally pushing their way out, and but well, I'm sure you'll pull them out at that point. But you take on the creature's turn, you take 15 points of acid damage.
Ow.
And then I'm sure your companions will help you pull you down.
Yep.
Not much Mixie can do, but Mixie will throw up a rope to you, and then, assuming you catch it, run out of the room.
Yeah.
And you come
Oh.
sunk onto the ground, and there's
I
a
will still catch them.
bunch of ooze on the ground.
Lorelli is a noticeable shade pinker. Just,
That looked exciting. That was exciting, Lorelli. Do you think we can figure out a way to ride that one?
I wouldn't recommend it.
We'll need to get like pagoda for it.
Yeah. Or like some sort of sack that you could put around it that wouldn't
Sack?
break. Like a rubber bag.
But then it wouldn't be able to move.
Maybe it could roll. I don't know if it can move now.
Oh well, yeah. Hey, up there, can you move?
You hear a loud farting noise. Sorry, Martha woke on Marcy's face.
Some kind of movement.
So like, why?
That's some kind of movement.
I guess it makes sense. There's a Lorelli-shaped cavity in there.
All right. So try a different door, and this time the barbarian goes first.
Yeah, that might be good.
Door number 10.
Lorelli
Okay.
casts mending on all her clothes.
Okay, so you so that was 7. 1, 2, 3, or 5.
Well, there's also door 10, right? Or is it door 0?
Oh yeah, I think I miscounted. I thought it was just 1, 3, 5, 7. There, if it's 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, then we're good.
Let's go with number 1.
Okay. You open the door and you see a room that has a bunch of crates and barrels in here, and sitting on one of the barrels is a gnome. He's smoking a pipe and reading a book. And when you open the door, he looks up. Oh, hello.
Hi. Are we intruding?
No, I'm just taking a break from the fog. It's I've been wandering out there, and I heard the stampede come again, and I wanted to stay away from them. My
Fair.
name's Cyrano.
Oh. Pleasure to meet you. I'm Alistair.
How long you been out there?
Couple hours. I think.
Okay.
I don't know. Wes, how long have we been in there?
You think like maybe an hour at most.
Okay.
He says, "Wow, you're new ones. Where are you from?"
These two are from a swamp. I'm from a place that doesn't really exist anymore. I
Oh,
don't know.
that's too bad.
Wait, what do you mean we're new ones?
Yeah, let's get back to
Oh,
that question.
I've been wandering for several months, trying to find a way out.
Oh, good. Okay.
Joy of joys.
Where did you start?
I well, I don't know. A couple years ago, well, I can't remember the name of the town to the south, but yeah, he was down there, and I got recruited into the fight, but um, I sort of ran away, ended up here.
Oh,
I
okay.
heard about the woods as a possible way out, so I abandoned the battle. I almost died a couple of times and didn't like that. So I've been trying to find my way out
Fair.
and back home.
Well, that actually is reassuring. I wanted to make. I was worried you might have been from a different plane or something. So that it's actually reassuring that we came from the same place.
Yes, although I I came from a meadow more so than a swamp. I haven't.
Have you tried the other? Oh, that was a long time ago. We're like originally from a swamp. We
Okay.
also came from the place where the fighting is happening. Um, have you tried all the doors in here?
Yeah, so that's the other thing I did. So there's a door to the left and a door to the right, relative to you coming into the room. He says he points
Oh,
at the left door. Oh, you mean in the hallway? No, no. Well, I only tried a couple. Um, uh, and this one seemed to. Well, I only tried a couple. This was the second door I tried, and it had these crates in here and these and barrels, and it seemed to be. Well, he says there's food and water here, so this was good enough for me. But
probably a good
inside this
idea.
room are two doors. The left, one to the left and one to the right.
That's
And
probably smart. No, go ahead.
he says that door, he points to the left one. That's the good one. If
What's
you're
the
gonna,
other one?
no, you don't want to open that one.
All right, we'll take your word for it.
Insight check. Nat 20.
You know he's telling the truth that
Hmm.
the left hand door is the better side to go,
Okay.
but you also can tell that he's not. Yeah, he's not willing to tell you what's behind the right door. But it's not. He's not like he's trying to.
Yeah. I was
There's
just
no.
worried this was a like one of us always tells the truth and the other always lies sort of situation.
He's being truthful, but you just
Okay.
he's just sort of sort of hiding the fact that what's behind the right door.
All right.
Okay. I mean, we can try the left door.
Okay. There's a corridor that goes down about 20 feet.
I walk down it.
Okay. Are the rest of you following?
Sure.
Mixie too?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Unless I
So
say otherwise,
Alistair.
I'm just following Alistair.
Okay. So yeah, you go down at the end of the corridor. There's a turn to the. It turns to the right, and you see a backpack and some figure lying on the floor next to the backpack.
Is this figure alive?
Is that the figure?
You can't tell from where you are. It's not moving, that's for sure.
Shall walk up and examine the possible body.
Wait,
Okay.
actually, before we do that, Lorelli will send a message to it. Just say hello from the other end of the hallway.
You don't get a response.
Okay. Well, I don't really have any other options, so I guess that we could poke it
Okay,
or something.
so Alistair moves up to it. It seems to be about gnome-sized, and if you examine it, it looks like a desiccated body of a most likely a gnome or a short dwarf. It's hard to fully tell it. Yeah.
What's the clothing situation?
Quite similar to the gnome that you saw in the room.
Hmm.
This is the good hallway?
Is there any
Alright.
like obvious cause of death, or is it just like a body?
It's just you can do a medicine check.
11.
Makes you will join in the medicine check.
Okay.
25.
There we go.
Yeah, Mixie's, as far as they can tell, there's no obvious wounds or bite marks or anything like that. It probably just died of old age, or maybe poison, but it's hard to tell. And there is the backpack by it.
Based on the age of the body, how long ago did they die of old age?
With your medicine check, you think, well, based on the desiccation level and everything, it's probably been here at least 20 years or 10 plus.
Okay. Anything else in this hallway?
Yeah, there's the backpack by the
That's
body.
it. No doors. No. Nope.
No.
Okay.
I kind of don't want to touch the backpack. Do you guys want to go try the other door before we touch the bag?
Didn't the guy say that this was the better option? Like,
That's what he said. But I don't know what that dude's deal is, so all that's in here is a dead guy in a bag. I don't know what could be in the other one to make this the good side.
well, I mean, we could just ask the guy again now that we've seen the body
I guess, yeah, that also is true.
and just ask him what the fuck is up with that. But
We go back to the main room.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
and ask him what the fuck was up with that.
You go back to the main room and he's not there. All you see is a pipe and a book on the barrel that he was sitting on.
Well, shit.
So that guy was probably the ghost of the corpse we just saw down there, right?
It's a reasonable assumption or deduction.
Laura is going to go and open the other door.
It is dark. Like even if you have vision in magical darkness, it is dark.
Macy goes and looks at the book and sees what page it's open to, if it's open, or what book it is.
Dante's Inferno or equivalent.
Okay.
Alistair is
Shit.
going to close the door
Yeah.
because
Can Lorelli just like find a stick or something in here, like
Well,
a broom
Yeah, what?
handle?
Yeah, there's a broom.
Lorelei just wants to push the broom handle into the dark and see like if she can feel a wall on any side or anything.
No. Well, I mean, if you lean it to the left or the right, you can feel the edge of a wall
Okay,
or something.
pulling it back. Broomstick seems to be all right.
Yep.
Okay, well it's just dark in there. There might be something good. It might be a way out.
how about we try the rest of the doors in this place first?
Yeah, I feel like that's probably a good
Maybe
idea.
this is the last option.
Okay. I'm gonna. So this was 2 that I think you went to.
All right. How about 1? What's in 1?
Who's opening the door?
Me.
Alistair is? Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, this one. You open the door, and there's a figure standing there, and he's got a box in front of him, and you hear a voice. You don't really see a mouth though, and it says pizza, and you smell like fresh pizza.
Beg your pardon?
What's a pizza?
And it reaches forward and opens the box, and well, you see a pizza, a round piece of cooked something that's got slices of meat on it and what appears to be cheese and mushrooms.
Is there anything else in the room? What?
You can see there's a like a dining table, and with several chairs around it.
Can we just take the box?
Do you grab for the box?
No.
I asked the guy, "Can we take it to go?"
Oh, okay. And whoever's asking, well, he hands it to Alistair, and then
Alistair,
he moves to close the door.
All right. Have a nice day. Alistair leaves the room.
Which door was that?
That was one.
Okay.
Okay.
No, one was Serrano.
Okay. Well, other way, son.
Okay,
Okay.
so 1 is Serrano, 2 is goat, or 2 is pizza.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. All right. We have pizza now.
Yes. Are you trying it?
I've never heard of it, but it smells good.
Sure, I'll try it.
Mixie will try it.
Yeah, let's let
Okay.
Mixie try it. Mixie is immune to stuff.
I mean, that's one way, but
Oh, true.
If you're both having a sliced, you both get a temporary hit point.
Oh,
Woo.
well,
Lorelli
Mixie
will
already
have a
has
slice.
temporary hit points, so it doesn't help.
Okay.
I already have 6 temporary points too.
How much temp HP does Lorelli get?
You have 6 from before.
Right.
Okay. Well, yeah, you would have gained 2, but since you already have 6, doesn't help. And you feel satisfied. You feel full.
All
Oh
right.
man, this stuff is really good.
Yeah, and it tastes really good.
All right.
Lorelli will try to write down the ingredients as she can try to figure them out, and just so she can make it again.
Well, I think with Mixie's help, that wouldn't be a problem.
We should have asked him who the chef was, so we can meet them and talk to them about it.
It didn't seem like there was a chef because it was just an empty room with some dining stuff.
A bit odd. Okay,
We're in a weird magic hallway. Everything's weird.
we
All
try
right.
door number 3 now.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
You go up to door number 3, and you actually see you sort of, because you sort of went past and were just looking at the doors, but you see that there's above the door latch, there's a blue button and a silver button.
All right.
Lorelli will press blue and then open the door.
Okay. You press the blue button. Make a hmm, make a intelligence save.
Sorry, who is?
Nat 20 again, so 22.
Okay.
Rally, when they press the button, you could see your finger turning blue,
Hmm.
like Smurf blue, and then it goes away.
Okay, nobody touch the blue button.
You sure?
Okay.
Why?
I mean, unless you want to be blue.
Well, there were blue goblins in my tribe.
To each their own.
I mean, my sister is blue. I just like being purple. It's already hard enough to differentiate us.
I think I prefer to say vomit green though.
I haven't vomited enough to see vomit green, so that's...
Is vomit ever actually green?
I don't think so. It's usually just brown sludge.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go into the room and it seems to be a library.
Oh, okay.
There's many books lining the shelves and a comfy reading chair.
Is this still room 3? The one that I almost turned blue
Yeah.
trying to get into? Okay, I guess the buttons don't do much, maybe.
If you're looking around the room, can you make a perception check?
All right.
What we're doing?
13.
Oh, I got another natural one. This is a good day for me.
18.
Whoa.
As you're scanning around, Rowley notices that there's like a sort of like, like when you pull a book and one tips over a bit, there's this gap in one shelf.
A little. Okay, then.
And you think it's the width of it is probably the same as the width of the book that the gnome was reading.
Oh. Yeah, Lorelei will run out the hallway and go grab the book.
Okay.
And come back to put it in its spot.
You feels like this sense of peace settle on you. That you've done like something good and someone's noticed.
Well, I feel better now.
Cool.
I don't think that did anything necessarily.
So
I feel at peace. I think that ghost had OCD.
Is there any interesting titles on that bookshelf?
there's like
Think of book names.
Sorry,
there's
Wes.
books on the flora and fauna of some world that you or some country you haven't heard of, and there's many books on cooking, how to cook a worm. Oh shoot, that brings back a flashback to elementary school. There's how to
How to eat
eat
fried
a
worms.
how to eat fried
Yep.
worms.
Yep.
A guide to the dragons of a different world. 201 uses for mushrooms. A bunch of orc poetry in Orcish. They seem very repetitive.
I really can't read Orcish.
There's some tiefling manga.
Lorelei looks for the newest copies of ones that she's definitely read when she was younger.
And there's a Playbor. So just lots of variety of books and stuff. There are a few spell books, but nothing new under the sun for you in terms of spells.
Dixie is sitting in a chair reading cookbooks.
Okay. One of them you do come across is it's bound, like there's a belt around it.
Dixie
What-
probably doesn't take any particular note of that book, but just grabs whichever one's furthest to the left and starts
What-
reading.
What's the leather bound or the belt bound? One.
It seems to have the 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 belt is bound and it's holding down like a ball of cloth on the front cover of the book.
It seems
Mm.
cool, but it also could be a arcane sigil, so I'm hesitant to open it.
Okay.
Hey, Alistair, do you want to read a cool book?
Yeah, sure.
Here. It looks ominous and scary.
You unbind it.
Sure.
Okay. You unbind it and you can see something like there's probably like a mouth on the front of the cover and it's trying to like it's spits out the cloth, and there's this mouthful of teeth, and it's like chomping away, and it's the cover's like shaking and everything, and trying to grab your hand. Can you make a dex save?
Hold on, let me just check if this counts for danger sense on the barbarian.
Oh, it
Sure.
probably does.
It's something you can see. So yeah.
Check. Danger sense. Advantage on dexterity saves against effects you can see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I rolled a 2 and a 3, so a 5. Glorious. Oops.
It basically opens its mouth really wide, wider than the book is, some magically, and there's like chomps on your arm, and it gets like half, it swallows like half of your arm up to like the elbow, and you take 9 points of damage, and it's like clamped onto your arm,
Oh
and
shit!
and just like
Makes you disturbed by the sound of this and says, "Shh, I'm trying to read."
Probably will try to help and kind of get in there with the rapier and pry it off.
are you attacking it or prying?
Just like using the rapier for like leverage, just getting it
Okay,
in.
make a
spine.
strength check.
Oh, I should have attacked. Oh, hey, 18.
Yeah, you managed to, between you and Alistair, you managed to pull it open. I guess you've got the mouth open, and what are you doing at this point? It's like trying to close on the arm again.
I mean, just try to get Alistair's arm out first, and then deal with it after.
Okay, so yeah, so
I guess try to put it
Alistair can
like
get
face
get
down.
his arm out, but it's all bloodied, and so you've got the book wide held open, but the sword's in its mouth, and you're using for leverage. And
So I was gonna try to quickly flip the book face down on the floor, like
okay,
in one move, kind of pull the sword out and slam it down.
make a dex ability check.
11.
Yeah, you managed to throw it down, but it's still got the tip of your sword in it, and it's like moving up the sword towards you.
Ah.
I was
just trying to kick it.
Alistair's going to grab both covers and then like bend it back on its spine.
Okay, make a
Oh, book torture!
make an attack roll.
I will reckless attack.
Okay.
Good thing I did. Okay. That is a suppose that would be a 22.
Okay. I don't know. Roll a d6 for damage.
That is a 3 or
Okay.
8 with
Yeah.
strength.
Add your strength points. You hear a crack. And you are you still holding it, or are you throwing it down?
Macy looks over and says, "What are you doing to that poor book?"
It ate my arm. And Alistair shows his arm.
Oh my!
So are you still holding it? It's still like you can feel like one half of the part in your left hand is still like trying to move, but
If
the
it
other
still moves-
side is
If it's still
immobile.
moving, Lorelai's gonna like kind of. Lorelai's first gonna activate the flame tongue rapier, which he should have done before, and then just stab it.
Okay. Making a attack roll at advantage.
Advantage is good. 24.
Okay. Roll your damage.
Is that plus 2d6? Total of 15 damage.
Okay.
7 of that being fire.
So the book catches fire. I'm assuming Alistair drops it.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, the book hits the ground, and it's making the sound of a dying animal, or it's sort of like the ROUSs when they died in Princess Bride.
an awful squealing noise.
Yes.
Lovely.
I'm sorry,
And
Alistair. I thought it would be something kind of funny, not a book that would try to bite you.
as the book dies, um, the shelf that had a lot of horror titles starts vibrating, and a whole bunch of the books on that shelf start bouncing
Okay, I think
in place.
okay, I think it's time to leave the library.
Okay.
Should we take these other books with us?
No,
Mixie grabs 3 books and runs out of the room.
Mixie,
Okay,
no. They didn't like that something was out of the library.
but the cookbooks are fine.
Oh, okay.
It's just a horror section.
But there was also the book that we returned
Oh, yeah.
at the beginning. Whatever, just don't die in here, Mixie.
Hope not.
Okay. I guess we haven't tried door number 5 yet.
Okay. Yeah. So you go to that door. You open it, and in the room, there's a tiled area in the middle of the room. It's got about a 6-foot diameter. And it's a lighter shade, like a light blue circle of tiles. And in the middle of there is a pedestal, and it has a plate of cookies.
This is even more suspicious than the dude. with
Lorelli
the-
instantly puts a hand on Mixie's shoulder and kind of grabs.
I don't want those cookies. I do want to see what kind of cookies there are, though.
Okay, good. Okay. As long as you're not going to try to eat them.
Well, I have to eat them to find out what kind of cookies they are, don't I?
I was
No,
gonna say,
visually-
how do you find out
Visually
what?
inspect. Visual inspection only, Mixie.
Okay, fine.
What kind of cookie, Wes?
Pardon me?
What kind of cookie are they? Lorelli will also slowly approach the podium.
Okay. They look to be from where you're looking. They look to be chocolate chip, and they're big. They're like a small teacup tea. What do you call that? Saucer?
Saucer?
Yeah.
Nice.
Teacup saucer sized each. Are you entering the circle area?
No.
Okay.
I think Mixie already did to inspect the cookies. So we'll
Oh,
say
okay.
at this point,
As
Mixie enters
Mixie
the circle.
walked into that area, can you make a strength save?
We're saving throw. The 3rd natural one of the night. I got a 7.
Ooh.
Goodness.
Jesus.
I could re-roll it. I'm kind of curious what the effect looks like before deciding to re-roll it.
So as you step into it, you're not sure what's pulling you, but you fall as you step in. Your footstep, you can't. That foot gets stuck, but it's like something pulled on it really quickly, and
Okay, Mixie will try to re-roll to try and get out of the space.
Okay.
And the next roll is not much better. Total of 11.
no. So you take your second step, and it's like, oh God, you feel so heavy, and you like can only move like 1 foot at a time.
Hey, honey.
Yep.
go to the bathroom. How many hot dogs do you eat?
I don't know how many hot dogs.
I'll have 2.
Roll for hot dog.
Roll for hot dogs. Okay. Mixie tries to get back out of the circle area.
Make a strength check at disadvantage.
Lorelli
Okay.
will help.
Yeah, Alistair's
Oh.
gonna pull Mixie out.
Okay, that'll be a push on the save. So just a regular strength save.
Okay. Oh, save or athletics? Not that
Well,
it
you can do
matters.
athletics if you want.
They're almost the same. So, what did I actually roll another 1?
Oh, no.
Really?
I'm just looking here. Like, sorry, it looked like it was a 6. Yeah, that's a 1. I rolled another natural 1. This is
Jesus
a great day.
Christ.
Alistair's pulling on Mixie, and like you've lifted Mixie before and everything, and you know they are very light relative to your strength, and you're like hauling on Mixie now right now. It's like they weigh like 1,000 pounds,
Hey, you're gonna
and
pull
and
my arm off. Ouch.
and Mixie's like facial features are sort of like drawn down a bit, and
Mixie, how many of them did you eat?
I didn't even get to them.
This is why we don't steal books from the library. I think that's why this happened.
Like, how
Oh,
far into the circle is Mixie?
pardon
I
me.
mean, it sounds like 2 steps.
yeah, 2 steps
Like-
plus a fall, so
Yeah.
like a body length.
Okay.
You
Ah.
get the sense that whatever magic is here, like the gravity in that zone is much, much, much higher than normal.
It's like when we
Hmm.
were in that city with the black hole.
Yeah, except down.
Continue yanking on Mixie.
Yeah, there's not really a lot to do.
This isn't
Okay, I
working.
mean,
Maybe give me a rope and I'll try and wrap it around myself.
yeah. So eventually, you can like smear Mixie back across into the normals area.
Ow!
Sorry.
I wanted to look, and Macy looks over at the cookie plate accusingly. I just wanted to look.
What type of sick bastard uses cookies as a trap?
Oh, I can see that happening easily, but I can still complain.
We've encountered a lot of evil creatures along the way, but whoever did this was the worst.
It must have been a fox in grandmother's clothing.
Is that
No, that's not.
Mixie? I think you're getting stories mixed up.
Well, that's a goblin myth.
Oh, the fox in grandma's clothes?
That's the one. It blew the goblin's house down.
Was it wearing the grandma clothes when it did that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
What is
Long
it?
time since I heard that story.
What's a Grandma Goblin wear?
Probably what every other goblin wears.
Pretty much a potato sack.
Well, I do like that story. How I guess in World War II, when things were rationed and everything, people were making clothing out of potato sacks, so the potato or flour sacks. So the company started actually putting patterns on the sacks, so they weren't just plain sacks.
That's nice of them.
Yeah.
You can have
So
your fancy sack.
you pull Mixie out. What are you up to?
Well, we've tried every door. Why don't we go back to the dark hallway?
Have you tried every door?
No, we haven't gone to room 10 or 0
Yeah, I
or
think
whatever number.
there was still one room that you hadn't gone to.
Right. Let's do that one.
Okay. You open the door and there's a skeleton. Well, as you walk into this room, it looks like a badly run general store. There's a number of shelves of like a lot of trinkets and stuff, and one side's got these like dinged up shields and chipped swords and discount arrows, which seem to be missing their. Some of them seem to be missing their arrowheads or really crappy arrowheads. And the skeleton turns around. Oh, customers! And he's like brushing off his apron and welcome. How can I help you? And his jaw sort of just falls off, and he's like, "Oh, sorry about that one." Jams it back on.
Out of game. Is this Bones?
Bones' cousin.
Yeah, Bones' cousin.
Jones.
Femur. All right. Is it just arrows or other shoddy stuff that
A
is
whole bunch
selling?
of knickknacks and stuff that you would find in a crowded general store. There's some like little bottles, and he's got perfumes and soaps and
Pixie looks for spices and see if there's anything unusual in this mishmash of random stuff.
yeah, you do find some bottles of spices, but they're all written with bad spelling errors on them. And he says, "So, how long you been down here? Have you seen Cyrano? He hasn't been in for a while.
Oh, you mean that desiccated gnome corpse we saw the other day?
He's
I
dead?
mean, the other day, you mean like 20 minutes ago?
Well, it's hard to tell time here.
He's dead? Oh my goodness, that's horrible."
I mean,
I don't
we
know if
think
it was
so. We saw what we think is a ghost and then a corpse, so we assumed the ghost was the corpse. And the ghost introduced itself as Cyrano, so
Oh, he was my best customer.
what did he buy from you?
Well, he bought a lot of candles and soap and some towels.
Huh.
They're like a
Okay.
bathhouse underneath one of these doors.
Pardon me?
Is there like a bathhouse through one of these doors? Like,
I don't know, but he just bought those things from me. I assumed he found a place to have a bath.
okay.
Took the door to the right.
Maybe that's what the candles were for. Could we also get candles?
Oh, yes. He goes to he digs around behind the counter there, and he pulls out a box of candles, and they're all various shapes and sizes. Some are like the big, I don't know what they're called, like the ones that are like 3 inches in diameter, and he's got a bunch of uh, tapered chandelier candles and little stubby ones, and uh, yeah, take your pick.
All right, we'll just get 3 candlesticks.
Okay. Do you have cookies?
No?
Oh, I only take cookies in payment.
Ah. How the heck did that gnome get those cookies?
I don't
I
know.
don't think
He
it'd be
always
that hard to get.
he
I
came
don't think
in.
it'd be that hard to get cookies, but
Zelda, what's the problem? Can you guys hear
we
my
can always,
cat?
we can always make
No.
some cookies.
Okay, that's good. Hmm.
Hmm.
One cookie and you can have all the candles.
What do you do with the cookie?
I eat them.
Can Lorelai just kind of peek down beside the counter and see if there's just like cookie dust all over the floor?
There's dust all over.
He's like, what are you looking at?
Nothing.
Well, I don't have any cookies right now, but I do have this, and Mixie pulls out a little thing, some beef jerky wrapped around what looks like a boiled egg. What this?
Oh no, I don't eat meat.
Oh, okay, hold on. It makes digs around some more. How about this piece of celery?
Ugh. No, I like
Lorelai will kind
cookies.
of Lorelai will go into her like ration kit and find some like hardtack or something and be like, "How's this?"
Well, I can give you one candle for that.
That's good enough.
Okay, but if you give me if you give me a cookie, I I'd really appreciate it.
Okay. Well, we'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Do you want me to try and get the cookies? I might be able to do it a bit better than Mexican.
Don't you have a pole arm?
I mean, I got a 4 foot long axe, so
Oh, okay.
kind of.
Right. Greg has the pole arm.
Yes. All right. We trying the cookies again, or
I guess so. Could we try just a quick experiment? I want to take the candle over to the darkness and see if lighting the candle will do anything.
Okay. You light the candle, and are you going into the room, or you just look?
Literally, will just kind of hold the candle into the room and look to see if it does anything.
There seems to be glitter in the floating in the air, and it all sparkles. And then you hear just faint murmurs, like whispers, just at the edge of your hearing. And make a perception check.
19.
You basically hear words of someone's here. Should we show them? I don't know. It seems like multiple voices discussing whether they should um, reveal the way or not.
Riley will kind of speak up. It's like, hello? I would like to know the way.
And they say, where, where are you headed?" And this is all just still faint whispers.
Yeah. Where am I headed? God, it was the Great Forge, right? The Forge or something? I don't remember the name of the place.
our note taker is not here. Oh no.
No.
You are trying to get to the Forge of Fury, but you also had that image of the pavilion on the pond.
Right, pond. Lorelli will think of that image and try to describe it aloud as best she can.
Okay. Did the other two enter the dark room?
Yeah, I guess at this point, Lorelli will just kind
Because
of
all you
step
saw
into
was
it fully.
if you saw Rowley light the candle and walk into the room, and all you still see just darkness. For if you're standing at the doorways, you still see darkness, but as Rowley inside the room sees this all these like faint glittering, like there's glitter in the floating in the air.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay like right next to the rally.
Okay,
Yeah, Lorelli will
so
kind of just link arms with them. Everyone just kind
okay,
of keep close.
so if all three of you were in there and you're thinking of the pavilion, um,
Mixie is only part way into the room because Mixie is keeping 1 foot in the lit room.
okay.
While forming a human chain.
You, you feel Rowley's hand let go of you, and Rowley and Alistair are somewhere else.
Where?
You're basically so the front in that picture there was the little wooden
Oh, we're there.
walkway. Yeah,
Wait, so did we leave Mexi behind?
he's not with you, or sorry, they are not with you.
Shit, I thought I was holding on to them. Uh-oh.
Oh no, the darkness takes them. I'm all alone.
Lorelli will turn around.
All you see behind you is like the sort of like you are in a swamp, but someone's built this wooden walkway
Oh, shit.
going up to the pavilion, and
Uh-oh.
you see in the pavilion is you're pretty sure it's Thoth because it's a human body, but the bird head, and they seem to be making tea.
Lorelli's gonna sending to Mixie. Just say it's okay. You just come through and trust it.
I don't know if that's interplanar
Uh
or is
I
it.
think
If it
sending
is,
actually is, or messages, or some one of those two spells.
sending can be interplanar, but there's a 5% chance it doesn't arrive.
roll a
So I
d20.
just have
Don't
to
roll a 1.
not roll a 1. It's a 4. It's all good.
You tried. Yeah. So yeah, Mixie gets this. Hears Riley's voice in their head that it's safe. But well, how much can you send in a sending?
It's 25 words, so Lorelli would just picture the pagoda and trust the voices.
Okay, I'll try that, and then Mixie will try that. By the time that the sending spell happens, Mixie is probably actually in the library, so Mixie has to return back to the room with the darkness.
Yeah. So if you go in the room with the darkness, it's just dark.
Yep, Mixie thinks of the pagoda.
You can see it in your head.
Right, that's what Mixie does, and then just waits there in the darkness for a little while.
Yeah, it's pretty dark.
Mixie can also send send a return message.
Yeah, Mixie did. Mixie said, "Okay, I'll try."
It's not working.
But the response has to be immediate, so Mixie can't
Yeah.
send more.
I don't know. Is Mixie smart enough to figure out the candle part?
Maybe eventually, but it'll take some time. So you're gonna have your meeting with Thoth while Mixie is running around collecting cookies, and
All right.
Runs into a circle. Now he's trapped.
I mean, Mixie can send, or Lorelli can send it again. She's enough. Lorelli will send again. Wait, I forgot. You also need the candle, I think.
It makes
yeah, I'm getting
it,
a cookie. It's gonna take a little bit of time.
Okay.
Mixie hears in her head, ring, 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 ring. A collect call from. Do you accept the charges?
I don't want charges. But Mixie is going to use their crossbow to try and get a cookie off of the shelf, hopefully without breaking all the cookies. Might not work with super high gravity, but it's worth a try.
Roll a couple attack rolls. Well, roll the first one.
Sure. Oh, it's not a crossbow; it's a short bow. Sorry.
Okay.
Apparently, I'm not allowed to roll the attack roll for that weapon. Do not know why. This happens to me on Roll20 all the time, or beyond beyond D&D, and I don't understand it. Let's just do this way.
Beyond D&D.
Beyond something. Hey, I rolled another natural 1, so I got an 11.
How?
Jesus Christ.
You're like, hold it.
That's
I gotta
5
put
now?
I must point pointy end towards enemy.
Mixie somehow William tells himself.
Yep. Ow!
Meanwhile, you hear Rowley and Alistair hear a kettle whistling and
Yeah, I think Lorelli and Alistair, while this is happening, have probably gone to the pagoda area.
Yeah.
so Thoth says, "Oh, welcome.
Hello,
I
Thoth.
thought there were more of you. Have you lost companions along your way?"
I mean, wouldn't technically Greg and Julio still be with us? Yeah.
I wouldn't say lost, more like misplaced.
Mixie, I think, is stuck in the place we just came from. but they'll probably get
Oh.
it.
That's unfortunate. I hope they will be joining us soon.
Yeah, we hope so too. I tried to explain the puzzle, but it's kind of it's hard. The solution is maybe a bit beyond them.
Well,
It'll probably take a bit.
let me try something. He's like,
Can
yeah,
you
Mixie
telepathic?
gets this image of a candle burning in their head, a lit candle in their head, an image of that.
And Macy, seeing the lit candle image, goes, "Yes, yes, that's what I'm trying to do."
Yeah, there's just. I already sent the thing about the candle. They just need to get a cookie to trade for the candle, and the cookies are on a gravity well trap.
Ah, yes, Thoth understands. He says, I'm sure your friend will come to a resolution soon. Um, my understanding is that you have thwarted the rise of Vecna, which is good. Which means you can complete your task of trying to revive Nisian and defeat his brother. And
Right, that's what we were doing.
yes, and that you shall need the elemental tongs. And he says, for to do so, you must travel to the Stone Tooth Mountain, where the the furry forge exists. The Forge of the Furries is some
That is a
convention,
very different.
some furry convention. Where it lays. I can provide you a means to get to the town of Blasingdell, which is close to the mountain, and you shall need to talk to Gilda when you arrive at the town.
All right. Sounds good.
And Mixie can fire a couple more arrows.
19 on the second one. Do you hear that? 19 on the second one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you shoot your arrow. You figure it out, the errors and things, figuring how to arc it so that it'll land and hit the plate, and you do so, and you like ting a cookie off. It bounces off and away, and you can run around and grab the cookie.
Okay, that's what Macy does. Then he runs over to the general store, gives the skeleton the cookie, says, "Can I still get candles?"
He said, "For that, you can have them all."
Okay, Macy takes all the candles and takes them over to the other room.
Okay, and you see the skeleton eating the cookie, and it seems to be going somewhere, but it's not just like crumbling in its mouth and just falling to the ground.
It's not Cookie Monster?
No.
Okay.
Why does it keep the cookie in without lips? Lips are
Magic.
kind of important to the eating. Does Mixie just see them pressed up against nothing?
Apparently.
Oh,
She doesn't look very long though. Just like, oh, that's interesting.
You see the cookie crumbs forming inside something,
Yep.
and then they disappear.
Yep.
so it's just a normal person, but the meat is invisible for some reason.
You only
I
see the
hate that
bones.
so much. It's so awful. I hate
Can
that.
Mixie make a? Well, does Mixie light a candle? And okay, so yeah, you hear the voices, and you end up on the platform, the walkway. Can you make a dex save as you realize that the the whatever spirit sent you here, they put you near the edge rather than the middle of the walkway?
Okay. Apparently, I can roll that one. 24.
Okay, yeah. So you whoa, and then you get back on the walkway, and Thoth looks over and oh, I see your friend has arrived. And he pours another cup of tea,
Yeah, I know this. Yeah, there's a lit.
and he says
All right.
that Thoth says that the one true God is being opposed more so by many, especially in Serapion. But the battle there is continuing, which is he seems to have a well, it's hard to tell if the expressions on a bird head, but he seems to be a little sad that because people are being hurt and stuff, and he says that it'd be good if you can accomplish this task sooner than later to minimize the harm that is happening.
We will do just that. This quest has been long and difficult. Hopefully, we'll bring it to a conclusion soon.
Yes, he says that with the if once you recover the tongs, then it should not be much longer before you can release Nisian and aid him, and we shall all aid him in his defeat of his brother. And he says, if you are all ready, he takes out some different glasses, and he brings out a bottle that is it's got some red liquid in it, and it seems to be like liquid light. It's just it's shimmering, and you can definitely sense there's the magic in it. And he pours a glass for each of you, and he says that if you drink this, you shall arrive outside of Blasingdale.
All
Okay.
right.
And he
Makes you
wishes you well.
Makes he wants to finish the tea first, but we'll drink the other thing.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, the tea is very good. It's been a while since we've had good tea.
If yeah, drinking the tea will allow you to, if you've lost any hit points, recover them.
Yay!
I'm still above max.
Morelli was kind of hurt.
That's
Yeah,
true.
the book
And
only took off temporary HP, so good.
yeah, Alistair lost their temporary hit points as well.
Right.
It's more yeah. None of you got sucked into a gelatinous cube, so other than Rowley.
Right. What happens when we drink the liquid light?
You sort of like you're looking at your hands and or body parts, and they sort of be like fading away, and the whole environments, your surrounding environments fade away, and you sort of the world starts spinning around you, and blurs out, and then it blurs back in, and you are in a valley near by a river, and you can see probably a kilometer away from you reasonably sized village. It's got at least a dozen structures, or 12 to 20 structures around it. Small homes, couple larger buildings.
Oh,
know,
that
I
looks
heard it.
amazing! And makes you immediately go charging off to the river.
Oh, okay. Morelli will follow.
Okay.
So will I.
How cold is this river?
Well, it's got water coming down from the mountain, so pretty cold.
Yeah, so Mixie jumps in and then jumps back out again. Oh my god, that's cold!
What's the valley or the place that we're in like?
It's like I don't know, the Capilano river coming down from the mountain there.
Oh, nice. I
Um,
was picturing a place named Stonetooth Mountain with the Forge of Fury would be a pretty like blasted hellscape sort of terrain. The fact that it's nice is good.
It's
all
nice.
right.
I mean,
But
like you can see the mountains, still a few kilometers away. It
Yeah.
it sort of looks like a uh, a couple teeth, like from sticking out from your bottom jaw, and this is sort of like two teeth that are really close together.
didn't you say that we were teleported somewhere with a name?
Yeah,
Somewhere.
Blazing Dell. So let me put that in the chat. So
Blazing Dell, that's the one.
Yeah.
I wrote down Bloomsdale.
it's okay. You can see how
I
I
just
spell
wrote down
things for your
Blazing Dell,
campaign.
and that's wrong.
I guess if you pronounce this the way I actually wrote it, Bloomsdale.
What a funky town.
Yep. Blazingdale. I was close, actually.
I forgot the D.
I like Bloomsdale though. That's kind of
You can write it the way you want.
Yeah. This place isn't real. You can
Yep.
write it however.
I had Gilda right.
Sorry. Zach's note is like Andrew's gonna look at that. What?
I'm gonna be honest. The purpose of me putting these notes in the chat is purely to just to confuse her. Make this as perplexing as possible.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, you walking after you see Mixie jump in and out of the river. Are you gonna head for the village?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it what takes you 10 minutes or so to walk in. You see some you actually as you're walking into towards town, you see up on a hillside a number of sheep
Count them and fall
and
asleep.
you can make a perception check.
The perception check instantly puts you to sleep. 15.
10.
How many sheep are there?
14.
There's probably about 30 to 40, but what did Rowley get?
15.
Yeah, you do notice the shepherd up on the hill with a dog.
Okay.
But they just sort of they're more keeping an eye on the sheep. They don't seem to notice you, but you see them. And the dog is one of the sheep is wandering off on its own. You see the dog dash after that one and herd it back in. And yeah, you're approaching the village and you see a number of people. I don't know. There's probably some people they had gone fishing and bringing the fish back to the village, and you see people. You hear the ting 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 of a smith, and they all the people you see so far they look to be human, and there's a couple dwarves. They seem to be hanging around the building that the tinging's coming from, and one of the people sees you coming into town and sort of they just watching you, and as you get closer, they'll ask, "Hello, friend. Welcome to Buzzingdale. What brings you to town?"
Um, Gelda. We're looking for Gelda.
Oh, um, she should be in the general store there. She runs that when she's not doing her town leader duties.
All
All
right.
right. Thank you.
Yeah. So you go in.
Hmm.
Yeah, this seems to be a much more organized general store than the one you just left?
Gosh, I hope so.
Uh, did did does Mixie still have the box of candles? Because did you burn them all?
I don't know. Mixie set one on the ground, a big one, and held one, and the rest of them is just in a sack.
Okay. Yeah, so you see a woman in the back seems to be helping a customer, and she looks at the door as you come in because the little bell rings, and I'll be with you in a moment. And yeah, finishing up with the customer leaves, and she's a probably a woman in her 40s, dark hair, um, like 5'6" or so, and sturdily built. Definitely someone that's used to being in the woods and stuff. And she says, my name's Gilda. Welcome to my store. How can I help you?"
We were told you could help us get to the mountain, Stone Tooth Mountain.
The Sawtooth Mountain?
Sawtooth, Stone Tooth.
I don't know what it
Stonetooth.
was. Sorry.
Stone
Stonetooth.
Tooth.
Oh, yeah, I didn't put that. Let me add that.
We're looking for a forge up there.
I wrote down the wrong thing. The what was it called? The
Forge of Fury.
Forge of Fury? Was that what it? Yeah. Forge of the Furies. That's what I wrote. Okay.
You looking for grandma in sheep's clothing or or fox's clothing?
That one.
I think it was Fox and Grandma's clothing.
I like the grandma and fox's clothing
Fox's
better.
clothing, yeah. Even more questions.
Yes, many.
Oh, she says, well, I mean, you probably saw the mountain as you came into town. Is there something specific you were trying to get there for? It's not the safest place, but you obviously look experienced in dealing with dangers.
Well, we were sent to look for the Forge of Fury.
Oh, well, yes, the dwarves used to have a mine up there then they stopped using it probably about 30 years ago. There is an orc tribe that lives up there. They they mostly leave us alone. I mean, they come down and steal the sheep sometimes, or try to steal the sheep when uh, times are tough, like during the winter season. They're saying when I guess their regular food supplies might not be so readily available, but we haven't had any encounters with them probably in a couple months now. That's about the only things that I know up there, but that might be a threat to you. But um, my understanding is that they stay on the main level of the the mine. It has a couple levels below, and the forge is within there somewhere. I mean, you might ask Derek, Darrak. He's he's the dwarf that I think his dad or grandfather might have worked at the mine many years ago. I don't know if he knows much more than I do, but
All right.
Okay.
yeah, she's looking sort of at your pack with what you got strapped on you. Yeah, you seem to be kitted out well enough to get into the mountains. Like, do you need any food or?
Uh, we could probably restock. I just had to give away some of my hardtack for a candle.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
I've got a bunch of candles. What should I do with these?
she looks at them and says, "Well, I mean, if you don't need all of those, I can remelt them and make nicer ones." Um, I mean,
Mixie
she
looks
picked.
over it. Mixie looks over at Larry. Any reason to keep any of these? Yeah, sure. You can have them. Here you go.
Okay, yeah, she says, well, I mean, you guys have enough coin on you that exchanging the candles and a couple coins will get
Well,
you
he's just
enough.
gonna pay 10 gold for all the supplies.
She's
Yeah,
like,
and
"Well, are you
like-
sure that's more than sufficient?"
Just like way overpaid. It's like, yeah, that's fine. That's probably good, right?
Maxie says, if there's too much, just give it to the orphans. That's fine.
Yeah, there's supposed to be an orphan in
Oh,
town. They
okay.
could use
Well,
a gold.
there's a couple of children that lost a parent. I mean, I know those families have a harder time, so I can make sure this gets to them.
Great, we'll pay it forward. Oh, thank you, Gelda. You've been very helpful, and you came highly recommended by a god. So I guess that's helpful or
Oh,
something.
that's really odd. Well, good luck on your journeys.
Thank you. And then
Well,
just as
could you point us to the smithy?
Yes. I mean, you
I think
walked past this building, but yes.
it's where the sound was coming from.
Oh, that one.
Yes. Yep. So you
And
make
just
your way over to Smithy, and there seems to the two figures that you saw outside, they look to be younger dwarves. They're only 100 and he's like 300.
youngins.
Yeah. And yeah, you do see the Smithy, he seems to just making some horseshoes, and he looks up and says, "Hello. Uh I'll be with you in a moment." And he's like finishes whatever he's doing, and he clenches it and comes over and says, "So do you need something repaired, made? I'm not too good with weapons, but I can make basic things."
You're
Maybe you could make us a map.
you're Derek, right?
Yes, yes, I am. I guess you've
Uh,
been talking to Gilda.
yeah. She told us you could help us get to the Forge of Fury, possibly, or get directions to it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. My grandpa worked at that mine. Um, but they mined it out several years ago, and they did have the great forge there that I know that my grandfather's friends worked there making weapons for the dwarves to fight the creatures that would try to steal things from the mine. But it's been pretty quiet there for quite a while, except that there are orcs that live up there. They seem to be led by some larger orc. Maybe it's an ogre, but nobody's ever seen it. We just hear that we hear stories from the other adventurers that have gone to the mines.
Okay.
If sorry, so you need a map. What I can do is I still have some of Grandpa's things at my place. I can check there this evening, and if I find it, I can bring it to you. Where you be staying?
I think there's an inn in town, probably, right?
There's a small travelers inn. I can come looking for you there.
Oh, actually, don't even worry about it. We'll be just on what side of town is like faces towards the mountain?
Well, sort of you came from the south. I mean, so the north, the mountain sort of to the northeast.
Okay, we'll be on the north side of town. Just look for the back end of a carriage.
Okay. Looks around. It's like I'm kind of curious, like what carriage? He's got this puzzled look on his face, but okay. Yeah, I'll come around later this evening.
Thank you.
And
All right.
All right, Laura will go set up the morning guidance mansion.
okay. Yeah, basically, I'll post the there's a general map I can
Okay,
cut and paste for next time. Um, uh,
sweet. Is that where you want to wrap for tonight?
Yeah, we'll just stop there and then next time you'll wander into the mountains.
All right.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
I love wandering into a village and confusing the hell out of a bunch of random people.
Yeah, walking up to a blacksmith and asking, "Hey, can we have a map?" Just-
Can you bring it to the back end of a carriage on the north side of town?
It's like you didn't come into the town with a carriage.
Don't worry about it.
I always like thinking of the image that people see when we actually walk into a town, because I think we forget just how eccentric our group actually
We
looks
look
like normal people.
Insane everywhere we go.
Just
The
Julie
undead
will see.
minotaur, the robot, a little guy in all white robes with a mask, a tiefling wearing just like bard's clothing, and an assassin wizard.
in my
your
defense,
token,
I don't obviously look undead.
Okay, still minotaur.
your token human.
The token human.
Yes, I am human.
You do get some of the some people staring at you unintentionally, and sort of like the mom telling the kid not to stare at you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, at this point, just carrying some clearly insane items.
Well, even all the stuff you're carrying is just like you obviously look like experienced adventurers.
Hmm.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well, thank you, Wes. That
couple
was a
weeks.
very good game.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, that was fun.
Thanks, Wes.
Yep.
Thanks, everyone.
Seeing how you deal with random encounters. Well, not random, but
The
Pseudo-random.
puzzles.
yes, non-combat encounters. You experience pizza.
Yes.
Pizza.
There was
Pizza.
definitely combat. I had to fight a cookie, and Alistair had to fight a book.
And
Yes.
the Raleigh got stuck in a acid
Cute.
slime.
There were 3 combats in that session.
Yeah, we were busy.
Okay, see you in a couple weeks.
I was
What a
really
good-
expecting you to just throw Lorelli into the ceiling, like just hard roof.
Well,
Ow.
because it was a glyph of warning that triggered an anti-gravity
Ah,
and threw
Yeah.
you up into the gelatinous cube.
yeah. But when you said like it threw her up, I was just like, oh, she's gonna smack into the ceiling head first.
No,
Like,
you
I guess
disappeared
her-
into the ceiling.
Actually, the worst option. All right.
Okay, thanks for playing.
Yeah, good game, everyone.
See you.
Bye.